Leave me alone, I'm reading Stoko. Welcome to Larry's Library. I just finished reading Godzilla, the Half-Century War, oversized hardcover. This one right here. This is IDW. This is like I said, it's an oversized hardcover. It's 136 pages, not very big. I don't think it's still in print, but Amazon seems to have plenty of them. That's where I got mine. The cover price is $29.99, and I got it from Amazon for like $22.49. So assuming the stock holds out on this, you'll probably have to pick it up from there. Now, I didn't check cheap graphic novels or any of those, so maybe you can get it there. But the binding's pretty good on this. I don't have very many IDW hardcovers to compare it to, but this one seems to be pretty good. Now, my corners are a little blunt on my copy, but I did get it from Amazon, so I guess I'm lucky it wasn't more damage than that. So it did. The blunting did not affect any of the interior pages, so I'm not going to try to send it back. I will put a link down below to the Amazon link for this. So if you can't find it anywhere else, you can get it there. So this, the creators on the entire thing is written and drawn by James Stoko. Now, every time I read his name or say his name, I can't help but be reminded of the Chat's Smoko song. I'm on Smoko, so leave me alone. I just can't get it out of my head. You know, I hear Stoko, and then I hear Smoko. I'm on Smoko. So if you like punk and you don't know about the Chats, then I'll put a link below and maybe over here too in the drop down. So check them out. It's great. Their song, Smoko, fantastic. But sorry for that tangent, but can't help it. Anyway, yeah, I had seen some Stoko art before, but I never read any of his stuff, never read any of his comics or any of his writing. But yeah, he did this whole thing. I think he even colored it. Yeah, he did the whole thing. He wrote it, he drew it, he penciled, he inked it. And I'm pretty sure he colored it. He had a color assistant listed, but I think he did the majority of that as well. So this is the contents on this. This collects the IDW miniseries that ran for 5 issues, and this came out in 2012 in single comic book form. So yeah, it's something I've been interested in for a long time. I've been a Godzilla fan for really my whole life. I will show some a little bit of B-roll of my Godzillas. I have a one that's about this tall. Well, you'll see in the B-roll. But anyway, I've had that one longer than I can remember. I don't know where it came from. I think I've had it since I was a little kid. And then I just got gifted to me for Christmas from my wife this big, beautiful statue. It's vinyl. It's a PVC. Yeah, I guess it's PVC vinyl. Anyway, it's great. I'll show some footage of that. So yeah, I've been a Godzilla fan for a long time now. I'm not a Godzilla completist. I haven't seen all the films, and I don't own any of them. But I've enjoyed them for most of my life since I'm a little kid. And I've always loved the character. And I finally managed to complete my Marvel Godzilla collection that ran for 24 issues. Never been collected, at least not in a hardcover. So yeah, so I've got the singles on that. But anyway, I've always been interested in, I knew IDW got the IP, got rights to license the character for a while. I don't think they have it now. Could be wrong. The IDW Godzilla that I hear the most about is the stuff by James Stoko. There's a new collection of James Stoko Godzilla work that's recently been solicited. And one of my commenters on one of my videos, I think it was in one of my live streams, he seen that was on my list, my famous FOMO list that I have, that I show on my live streams of books I plan to buy. He said, hey, don't get that. That is standard sized, and you can get just the Half-Century War story in a single hardcover, and it's oversized, unlike the new collection that's about to come out. This one's oversized, and it includes the entire Half-Century War miniseries. And the new collection only has just like I don't know. I think 90% of it is this mini. So I followed that guy's instructions, and I ordered this from Amazon, and I'm glad I did because it is awesome. It's just a really fun time. I had a lot of fun reading this one. You can tell that James Stokoe is also a big Godzilla fan. He manages to work in most or a lot of the menagerie of monstrous foes that have been in the Godzilla movies, stretching back decades and decades. He worked a bunch of them in here, including Mechagodzilla, one of my favorites, is in here, and King Ghidorah, and just on and on and on. Many that I didn't recognize, or I recognized, but I didn't know their names. But yeah, he includes all that, and man, I do really like this artwork. I wasn't sure at first, but the more I read, the more I loved it. And he draws a perfect Godzilla. He really does. It is just awesome. Well, you're seeing it here in my scans. Just a really, really good rendering of Godzilla here. I just loved it. The story is about, it begins in 1954, and this soldier named Ota Murakami, he encounters Godzilla for the first time, and he ends up obsessed. It becomes his sort of white whale, to capture or destroy Godzilla and at least stop him from killing innocent people and stomping on all these cities and stuff. So it becomes his holy mission to stop Godzilla. And it's called the Half-Century War because he does it for 50 years. He pursues Godzilla. Every time Godzilla appears, he's there trying to stop him, or at least trying to save people that's in the path of his destruction. And they form a specialized military little squad of people that are trying to figure out a way to stop Godzilla, and this guy ends up being the head of it. And yeah, it's a really interesting story, and it's just really a lot of fun. So if you love big giant monsters and you love Godzilla specifically, you want to get this if you haven't read it already. And yeah, I enjoy the hell out of it. And now I'm interested in the other stuff that IDW has done with the character. I don't know how much they did and how much of it Stokoe did. But yeah, it's something you want to pick up if you're a Godzilla fan. Now, this book does have a hell of an ending too. I like a good ending, and this one is a good one. It's over the top, crazy sci-fi stuff, and giant monsters. I mean, if you've seen a Godzilla movie, you know what you're in for here. It's really well done, and it's a fantastic read. And yeah, it's just a lot of fun. I give this 10 out of 10. I don't think I'd change a thing, except maybe make it longer. This is a 5-issue miniseries, and I could have read 15, 20 more easily. So I will be looking out for more from James Stokoe. And I tell you, I have been pretty critical of IDW and their licensed property for a long time because they don't always have the greatest artists, on these things. But they got a winner here. James Stokoe, he's well known to some. I think he has a bit of a cult following, but I had never seen any of his work or, read any of his work before. And I can see why he has that following. So yeah, this is 10 out of 10 for me, and I'm going to cut it here and let you go. If you like this kind of material and you want to see more of my high-res scans and hear me ramble about these books, then please hit the subscribe button and ring the bell to notify yourself so you don't miss out. And I will see you next time.